This is a computer, we use it every day, for work or for fun, and is managed by an operating system, like, for example, Microsoft Windows. Inside the computer there are the programs that allow us to do almost anything. We can play games, browse or write texts, and each program generates files. The files are the result of program processing, and they're created to have memory of what we've done. Each file is saved in the computer's hard drive. It is stored in folders to be reused by the same programs. This is a cell, the main unit of our organism. Each of us is made up of billions of cells, and each of them performs a specific task in the human body, organized for individual organs. The cells in the human body can be compared to the computer we saw before. Our body also has programs, which in this case are called enzymes, unbreakable workers of life. Also, by analogy, the hard drive of the human body can be compared to our DNA, that stores all genetic information for the proper functioning of the organism. But let's see in detail what an enzyme does. Its main function is to create the energy components for the cell, and thus, give it nourishment. These components are called metabolites. Enzymes in the human body are waiting to facilitate chemical reactions, processing substrates to produce the components that are going to feed our cells. Again, the processed components are comparable to files on a computer, and will be destined for cells specifically, such as liver cells, or heart cells, or the cells in our brain, but also, those of the lungs and all the other organs. A healthy cell is limited to a rather restricted of functions that regulate its metabolism. It manages to use the components for its nourishment, to carry on his typical specialization. Relations with neighboring cells are limited to its specificity, because, as we said before, each cell plays a certain and precise role within the human body. Woe betide if that were not the case. A sick cell, especially when organ damage occurs, could cause damage to the membrane. A spillage of enzymes or the presence of free radicals. It loses its specificity and begins to dialogue with cells of different types, as in the case of tumors. It is a cell that creates tropism, and therefore entropy level. We can say that entropy is the measure of disorder. The staples below, on the right, are arranged in a more disordered way, and so they have a greater entropy. Otherwise, those on the left are arranged in an orderly manner. In this way they have less entropy, and a lower degree of disorder. When there is order we talk about enthalpy. In the ordered, the amount of information that cells can receive will be greater and more effective. But, let's go back to the cell, that's prone to tropism. Begins to accumulate mainly, in certain organs or apparatuses, unevenly. Therefore, the sick cell can no longer complete all the functions because of its nourishment, precisely because it has a shortage of enzymes. We would then need ready-made components, always elaborated by enzymes, that the cell could use effortlessly, given his condition of uneasiness. Imagine a reactor that can simulate the human body with an innovative technology called biodynamics, able to generate ready-made components in an industrial way, compose products from enzymes, is able to provide the right energy to repair cellular damage and restore regular cellular functions, specific components to bring the cell back to its original specificity. And that's how Biodynamic products work. They are components processed by enzymes, already ready to be used by the cell. Because everything happens naturally, starting from plants to animals, until you get to man. A set of processes that are defined, biodynamic, using enzymes as the bricks of life itself.